Alright, people. No, it's been about a week or so since I posted a video. Well, this one is going to be a 25-man Dragon Soul up to Ultraxion. I don't think my mage could handle Spine. Not really want to attempt it either. There's no point in me going through with it. I have it on farm with other tunes. I just want to go up to Ultraxion with the mage here and post a full video from beginning to him, Ultraxion. Still trying to get the mount off him. Seems like it's a terrible drop rate because I have gotten the mount from Throne of Four Winds and other raids. The only ones that I'm still trying to get are the one from the Lich King, Invincible, and Mimron's Head, and then on Traxon. So, um, and I haven't done AQ40 or anything like that. I probably need to attempt that eventually. Haven't even been to AQ actually. Something I should check out. Well, the reason why I'm not going to do Deathwing and Spine is because I do not play my mage much. So we're probably looking for lots of failure, and his gear isn't as good as some of my other tunes that I have it on farm with. I can do it on my Warlock, which isn't fun because he's a caster. Um, a lot of movement. Death Knight's the easy one. I do it with him. Like, it's just a breeze. And my Hunter, who isn't too bad. This is my mage. He goes by the name of Sickest Mage. I go by Sickness. That's my main tune, my Warlock. Um, so one of those old school players that decided to name all their alts with something to do with their main. Like I have a friend of mine whose tune's name is Asman, and he's got Asman 2, Asman 3, all this stuff. I have Sickness as my main, and then Death Knight's Sickening Death, Hunter's Sickly Beast, so on and so forth. So there's only a couple of them that I actually went away from that with, and that was like my Paladin and my Monk, who I named Bruce Leroy. For those of you who have seen uh, Barry Gordy's Last Dragon, terrific kung fu martial arts type 80s movie, of course. One of my all-time favorites when I was a kid. I'm always throwing lines out from the movie, like they have the main bad guy in the movie goes by the name of Show Nuff, the Shogun of Harlem. It's a pretty funny movie. You guys have to watch it if you haven't seen it. I highly recommend it. That's where I got the name from. The hero in the movie's name is Leroy, and he's a really good martial artist. So they compare him to Bruce Lee, so they call him Bruce Leroy. Pretty funny movie. Shownuff's got some funny lines in there. Beats some people down, and he's like, "Kiss my Converse." It's a pretty good movie. So here we are, Warlord Zonoff. Let's see if I can even hit him with that frost. I do not like frost orbs. I wish they would change that spell. I mean, it's nice to cast it forward, but I wish they would change it to where it's like they did with the Warlock's Rain of Fire, where you just have an AOE circle you put it down on. Um, I really wish they would do that, but they have not yet. And I want them to do the same thing with Blizzard and Frost. Um, I want them to have it do the same thing they did with Rain of Fire. Just have it to where you can toss it down in a location without having to channel it. So I guess that would be kind of like the Rain of Fire, Death Decay type thing. So some good transmog loot in here. I don't really do it for transmog loot. I do this raid to get the mount and for gold. Which, if you do it on heroic, 25-man heroic, you're gonna make bank. You're gonna probably make well over 2K, somewhere between 2 and 3K gold on a run. So it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Um, it's a pretty easy raid. I mean, I'm not really going to complain a lot on the difficulty of it because back in MLP it still was a little difficult. It was like a DPS race on Ultraxion, definitely. Spine was a pain until I caught some videos on YouTube. One of them was by a guy's videos who I watch. His name is Rob. His channel is called How to Warcraft. Um, I watched his tutorial on it and made it a lot easier to do the spine. Because the main problem was I'd bring a friend in and to try to counteract being thrown off, but still we would get thrown because usually one of us would die somehow, which I don't even know how that happened. But that was the big thing with the spine is trying not to get tossed from his back. So, but the rest of the raid is pretty easy. Warlord back there, he's got one of the largest health pools in the raid, so he's one of the hardest to take down. DPS wise, well, not really difficult, but just you're like, oh, okay, I just got to race DPS here. Here, I just pull a few of the slimes and then um, just go straight at them and let the rest of them come to me because it's not too bad here. If I once I get the boss down, I'll just AOE the rest of the slimes down. There we go. Water elemental died. I wonder how that happened. Water elementals are squishier than the mage, which is that just baffles me because usually pets aren't that squishy. You know, I'm used to my hunter pets and my void walker and whatnot on my warlock, but man, water elementals are just so squishy. My water elemental dies more than I do, which is hilarious because mages are super squishy. I mean, they have your mitigation, you know, you got your ice barrier and your ice block, and you got your ways of escape like blink and invisibility and all that good stuff. But throw down your mirror's images if you get in trouble and let your enemy take them if it's an NPC and you just run away. And I know that, you know, right now the spec is arcane. That's what everybody plays for raids. And me, I've always played Frost since I was doing PvP in Burning Crusade because Frost was just totally beast for PvP in Burning Crusade. Um, I played Arcane a little bit. There wasn't very many Arcane, truly straight Arcane mages in Burning Crusade. The main spec for raiding in Burning Crusade was Arcane Fire. Drop down enough to get Presence of Mind, and then go into Fire to get Pyroblast. Palm Pyro mages were overpowered as crap. I've seen 5v5 arena teams with 5 Palm Pyro mages. Now they're squishy, but if they get their targeting right and single target people, they can kill somebody every minute. If you got 5 mages Palm Pyroing one target, they're down. They're done. It's over. So, but that was then. This is now. No more Palm Pyro. Me, honestly, I'm kind of nostalgic. I miss the old um, talent trees. Like these new ones are just so washed. You know, it's you pick. It's kind of easy. I mean, back in Burning Crusade and Wrath, you could have like a unique spec. Like I've had some really weird specs as a warlock. Like I had one where I went far enough into affliction to get a bunch of instant cast dots like corruption and whatnot, and then I had went down far enough into destruction to have conflagrate, and far enough into demonology to have the overpowered demons and soul link and stuff. So it was like a soul link affliction spec with conflagrate. It was kind of stupid. I mean, it wasn't that great of a playable spec, to be honest with you. But in PvP, it kind of did rock faces a little bit, especially in battlegrounds. In arenas, I always played SLSL back in Burning Crusade, so that was my spec, and I really missed that spec. You're talking about an overpowered spec that you know you just couldn't die. I mean, it was a huge survival spec. In BC, you could if you played it right and had enough stam gear, you would you could solo a threes match by yourself. That's how OP it was. I mean, it was crazy. Matter of fact, I did do that once. I did. My two partners in threes died rather quickly, so I had three guys I had to face against. I think it was two priests. It was a disc priest, shadow priest, and a warlock, and I took them out because I was SLSL. It was insane. It's one of those matches where I wish I would have been recording back then, because that would have been an epic video to put up on YouTube. But hence I was not. No screenshots, so there's no real proof, just from experience from me and my two friends that were there, which they do not play the game anymore. I wish they did. If they did, they could witness it and say, yes, I was there. I saw this. It was unreal. Because they were always like, oh man, I've never seen anything like that before. But that's old PvP stuff. I mean, I was real big into PvP and Burning Crusade. And partially in Wrath, I loved Wintergrasp. I wish I'd bring back a world PvP zone like that. Windows 10 pop-ups here. Advertising. Oh, and I just upgraded to Windows 10 last week. And for those of you who haven't or are kind of skeptical about it, I know they got all the privacy tracking crap. But man, you're getting tracked anyways through cookies and all that other garbage. I mean, I love Windows 10 setup. It took the best of Windows 7 and what was good from Windows 8, which wasn't very much, and combined it together. And it's one of the best so far operating systems that I've used from Windows. I love it. Highly recommend it. My games run so much more crisp now. There was always some kind of funny little thing with Windows 7 and um, World of Warcraft. So I remember used to always have sporadic DCs with Windows 7, which was weird. Never happened to me with XP, and only happened while I had Windows 7. So I haven't had any issues so far with Windows 10. Been using it for a little more than a week. The game runs great. I just happened to install it though after I got my first solid state drive. So I'm loving that. Quick load times. Everything just runs awesome on a solid state drive. I still do have an optical hard drive, magnetic hard drive, whatever you want to call it, hard disk that I use for storage for videos and whatnot, and music and some of my other games. I just re-downloaded and installed Diablo 3. I do not have the expansion, the Reaper of Souls. I have the original Diablo 3. Still pretty rusty with it. I played it earlier. I'll probably do some Diablo 3 videos um, later on once I get back and get the expansion and everything for it, and get back in tune because I haven't played it since 2013. Been a couple years. I have a level 60 wizard. I only leveled one character because it just took me weeks to level him, and I worked my way, through normal, hard, and all that stuff, and nightmare and infernal, whatever the difficulties were back then. I know they're different now. Um, would love to do some videos with it, and I eventually will once I get back in the groove of it and can put some videos up. I'm thinking about maybe leveling a new character and doing like some videos of me leveling like a witch doctor or a demon hunter or something, maybe even a monk, I don't know. And then I know you got a Templar class in the Reapers of Soul. So maybe, I know I'll do a leveling video of me doing my wizard from 60 to 70. But that is yet to come. Like I said, I finally just had enough hard drive space to reinstall it. So I'll get back into that. I don't see very many Diablo 3 YouTube videos, so and I may stream it some as well. So I just got to get back into it, used to the movements again, the attacks. I played it for like 10 minutes earlier, died a couple times. I had to notice that I was killing stuff with this lower gear that I got through the original game, Diablo 3, back in 2012, and now killing the same stuff that I killed on easier missions, man, is dropping way better loot than I had. So I'm definitely going to run through it and get re-geared up. It's kind of like trying to run level 60 content with like a level 20 right now. It's really it's really difficult. I died like 3 or 4 times on one rare. So, but I did get him down and get a nice little ring out of it. I have to go through and mess with my inventory on it, but here's Ultraxion. And let's cross our fingers for the mount. Been trying to get this mount for about a year now. Ever since I got him on farm. It's been kind of terrible bad. It sucks. I wish they'd update these drop rates on this guy, man. It sucks. Yeah, he's going down pretty quick. I'm burning him down fast. Yeah, the key to him is just to try to burst through because um, he's got a couple of attacks. I can't remember the name of them right now. Let's see. Um, Twilight Shift, which if you don't shift into the Twilight, he does Hour of Twilight. Hour of Twilight will do an attack, and if you don't have 5 players up to soak it, it will knock down the Shield of the Aspects, which will cause him to cast Twilight Eruption, which is a one-shot and you die because it kills the Aspects too. So, let's see what we got. No mount. Just a bunch of tokens and other loot. Not too bad of a fight there. This was Dragon Soul 25 from beginning to Ultraxion. Like I said, if you like my videos and you enjoy them, please subscribe, like, and comment. Maybe comment on something you'd like to see me attempt. This was done with a level 100 Mage, item level 673. I know that everybody's like, oh, that's alright, you could probably do further. I probably could, but I hardly ever play my Mage. My Mage is mainly used as a filler for some other raids when I don't get mounts on my mains. Like I'll take them to ICC and stuff like that. I do have, I think, 9, maybe 10 level 100s that I can use to do raids with. Of course, the more I have, the lower their item level is. Um, my mage is used a lot to sell stuff because I love being able to teleport to any major city to use auction house rather quickly. But like I said, that was Dragon Soul 25, beginning to Ultraxion, no mount. Wah, QQ. But again, thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.